In April, Taiwan's government informed over 12,000 Chinese citizens living in Taiwan and their children that they'd have to prove they've renounced their household registration in China. That deadline for them to do so has now passed, and those who failed to comply could face losing their legal status in Taiwan. These people, who are married to Taiwanese citizens, had until June 30th to submit the required documents. The latest numbers from last week show over 5,500 people have successfully submitted the proof. Another 2,500 either signed an affidavit or received extensions. More than 1,800 people are confirmed to be living abroad and will not need to submit the documents until they return. But the government has not been able to reach the rest, over 2,000 people. Officials say they may not be aware of the deadline, possibly because they live in remote areas or do not have access to a phone. Efforts are still being made to contact them.
基本上目前为止还没有联系到的2000名的陆配的部分，只要他展现出这个他愿意去处理的意愿跟行动，那对于注销户籍这种重大的事件，我们不会尽予去做处理，我们会穷尽一切的方式，包括透过所谓的健保资料的勾稽，或者是说国安单位的一个协寻，我们会尽量把它找出来。
Over the past few months, the government's announcement has sent many scrambling, causing panic and confusion, especially among those who have reportedly lived in Taiwan for decades without issue. The government has stood by its decision, but also made moves to help, setting up in-person briefings and hotlines for Chinese citizens. They've also offered extensions and exceptions for Chinese spouses who have had legitimate difficulties in getting the required documents. They also clarified that this requirement is not new and has been in place since 2004, but many cases have fallen through the cracks. To be able to settle in Taiwan and get a Taiwanese national ID card, which affords them all the rights of a citizen, Chinese nationals are always required to give up their household registration in China and register instead in Taiwan. Household registration, a system used in both Taiwan and China, links a person's legal rights to a physical address, but is not the same as citizenship. Under Taiwan's laws, Chinese people are considered neither foreigners nor citizens, so they can obtain a Taiwanese ID by switching their household registration. This is unlike other foreigners, most of whom must give up their original citizenship. One day past the deadline, officials have not yet released the final numbers for how many Chinese spouses submitted their documents on time. And it's also not clear what they will do about people who failed to comply and what the future holds for them. Chen and Cadence Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.